Why Steph Curry is the true definition of the most valuable player. Let's get one thing out of the way. Steph Curry didn't just change basketball, he changed everything. Not just how the game is played, but how it's watched, how it's coached. He made the three-pointer more than just a shot. It became a weapon of mass destruction. And through it all, he never needed to be the biggest, the fastest, or the flashiest. All he needed was a ball, a belief, and a jumper so pure it could make the net blush. So yeah, let's talk about why Steph Curry is the true definition of the most valuable player. Not just in the context of stats and MVP trophies, but in the deeper sense, the guy who redefined the word valuable itself. If you want to judge the greatness of a player truly, you have to look at how well his team does without him. And when the Warriors don't have Curry, everything falls apart. Remember the 2019-20 season when Curry sat out all but 5 games because of an injury? Yeah, things didn't go well for the Warriors. With their best player on the bench, the Warriors were dead last in the Western Conference. Remember just one season before they went all the way to the finals. It happened again this season. Curry and the Warriors went against the Minnesota Timberwolves in the opening round, and they won a single game. That was the only game that Curry played in. After that, he was out with an injury, and things completely fell apart for the Dubs. Even with playoff Jimmy Butler in the mix, the Warriors couldn't stand a chance without Steph Curry. It's simple. When Curry plays, the Warriors have a chance. And when he's out, they are nothing but a mid-level team, at best. Before Curry, the NBA had shooters. Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, Steve Nash. But no one in their wildest dreams thought a team could win and dominate by shooting more threes than twos. Then came Steph, and quite literally, nothing was ever the same. Drafted in 2009, he was doubted from day one. Too skinny, they said. Ankles made of glass, according to the scouts. And what kind of NBA offense was going to revolve around a guy barely 6 feet 2 inches on a good day? It didn't matter that his dad played in the league, and it didn't matter that he found success in college. The haters said Curry had no culture in the league, and they said it loudly. But once his ankles healed and his confidence surged, the league was never the same. He didn't just shoot from deep, he shot from ridiculous, from 30 feet, from the logo, off the dribble, falling sideways, backpedaling before the ball even went in. When Curry shoots, it's not just a good shot, it's a dagger. And worse for defenses, it's a psychological nuke. Steph's gravity is something you can't put in a box score. You feel it. Defenders lose sleep over it. Opposing coaches draw up entire schemes not just to stop him, but to survive him. Because even when he doesn't have the ball, Steph is chaos in motion, and he's downright unstoppable. He sprints through screens like his sneakers are on fire. He relocates after passes with pinpoint timing. He'll drag 2 defenders 30 feet from the basket and still get an open teammate a dunk under the rim. No one else in league history has ever demanded that kind of constant, panicked attention. He made off-ball movement cool again in a league obsessed with isolation. And because of that, he unlocked his teammates in ways we rarely talk about. Look at Draymond Green. Incredible IQ and a playmaking savant, but his entire game blossoms around Curry's chaos. Buddy Hield, great shooter, but those open looks? Thanks to Steph. Guys from Klay Thompson to Kevin Durant, Dante DiVincenzo, and more have all felt the support of Curry and his gravity. KD even admitted that playing with Steph was like having cheat codes. When people talk MVP, they usually mean points and rebounds, but Steph's true value is invisible to the naked eye until you try to win without it. Let's not act like this was some cakewalk. The early Warriors weren't exactly the Showtime Lakers. Monta Ellis was the original star. The team was stuck in mediocrity. Curry had to earn his way into relevance through ankle surgeries, coaching changes, and the wreckage of old basketball philosophy. Then 2015 happened. Steph led the Warriors to a 67-15 record, grabbed the MVP, and launched the team into orbit. The next season, he became the first ever unanimous MVP while averaging 30.1 points on 50-40-90 shooting splits, casually breaking his own three-point record with 402 made threes. To put that in perspective, that's like if a sprinter just casually ran the 100 meters in 7 seconds. But it wasn't just about stats. It was the way he did it, with joy, with swagger, with absurd efficiency, and without ever needing to dunk on someone's head. He beat you from the suburbs and smiled doing it. Even after Durant joined and took some shine, Curry stayed the engine of it all. Durant may have been the finals MVP, but Curry was the heartbeat. The system revolved around him. He sacrificed touches, fame, and stats for wins. Find another MVP who would do that and still be the scariest player on the court. If there was ever a moment where Steph shut up every critic, it was the 2022 NBA Finals. No KD. Klay wasn't fully back. Draymond struggled. The young supporting cast was green. But Curry? He went full supernova, and he earned himself another championship against the Celtics' number. One-ranked defense, Steph torched them for 31.2 points per game, including a legendary 43-point explosion in Game 4 that ripped Boston's soul out and set the tone for the rest of the series. Finals MVP, finally. But more importantly, he did it his way. No sidekick, no asterisk, just greatness personified. He silenced every doubter, every hot take, every whisper about not being that guy. And let's be honest, he was always that guy. Beyond the court, Steph Curry changed how basketball is imagined. 10 years ago, the NBA was a big man's league. The paint was king. Dunks and drives ruled. Now, you can't walk into a high school gym without seeing kids pulling up from the logo. And you know why? Because Steph made it possible. He made it okay to not be 6 feet 8 inches with a 40-inch vertical. He gave hope to every undersized guard with a wicked handle and a jumper. He made skill sexy again. Plus, he made practice cool. Repetition, fundamentals, precision, those became the new highlights. The league followed suit. Teams started launching threes like never before. Big men started working on their outside game. Offenses spread the floor. Analytics caught up. Suddenly, if you weren't shooting threes, you were losing. He made it possible for guys like Trae Young and Luka Doncic, and oddly enough, Victor Wembanyama, because he reminded the league that basketball, at its core, will always be about shooting. Steph turned the NBA into a shooting festival and made it beautiful. You know what's wild? Curry's not done. He's still torching teams as 40 quickly approaches. He's still setting records. He's still feared every time he crosses half court. And yes, he's still the engine of the Warriors, no matter what phase of the dynasty they're in. But even if he walked away tomorrow, his legacy is locked in granite. He has 4 championships, 2 MVPs, 1 unanimous, the all-time leader in made threes, the architect of the greatest regular season team in NBA history, the most unguardable player of this generation, the man who broke the game and made it better. He didn't just play the game differently, he taught the world to see it differently. If MVP stands for most valuable player, then Steph Curry isn't just a candidate, he's the definition. He gave his team identity. He gave the league a revolution. He gave the game a facelift. And he did it all without chasing the spotlight, without trash talk, and without a hint of arrogance. Steph Curry didn't need to dunk, he was the dunk. He didn't need to flex. He made the net flex. He didn't need to yell he was the MVP. He showed it. Over and over with every 30-footer that dropped like rain. And that's why, when it's all said and done, the greatest compliment you can give any player is to say they changed the game. Steph Curry, he changed everything. What do you think? Is there any NBA player who is a better definition of MVP? I don't think so, but I'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave them below. Oh, and like and subscribe to the channel too, because we have a ton of great NBA content on the way for you, and you don't want to miss out on it.